Oh, well, ladies and gentlemen, it's your boy Joey. I'm back again with the latest episode of One Piece, guys. This episode was phenomenal. One of the best fight I have ever seen in One Piece. The only fight that was so hype and was so exciting would have been the early battle with Luffy against Kaido. So, guys, I want you guys not to miss anything. I want the video straight on to the end. Let's get right into it, guys. This episode begins with King and Zoro going at it head on head on. We then see Zoro was actually trying to penetrate King's armor with his own King's Haki and using the power of Emma. Zoro actually attacked King. We even see that it didn't even leave a scratch on King's body. So we get to learn that King armor was real strong. Then we see our boy Zoro actually try different ways to actually see if he could penetrate King's defense, because at this point in time, King was looking immortal to him and looking impenetrable. So Zoro has to find some way to try to defeat King. Then we see Zoro begin to hop around and looking for different ways to defeat King. And that is where you get to see that King flames it actually have a point in time where it does actually stop and it does actually start back, and he actually get to find out that his defense actually gets weaker at a point in time where King is actually get slower as well. And that is where we see King actually get a powerful attack from Zoro, and we get to see Zoro finally land his first move on King that actually damaged King, and we actually see King bleed for the first time. King was actually so vexed that he actually built up his own subordinates at this point in time. That is where we get to see a beautiful fight display begins, guys. We get to see King on a mountain where he actually pour up his sword, and Zoro as well do a three sword style power up as well, and they both going hand in hand, head on head, and was a beautiful attack, guys. We even get a flashback with King and meeting Kaido for the first time. Kaido actually met him in the hospital where they was actually doing experiments on them, and they actually called him and even Kaido guinea pigs. So that was the facility where they was just doing experiments on them. I have not seen any other pirates or anything like that. But we only see Kaido and we see King, so that means they alone was the guinea pigs that they was experimenting on in that facility. Then we get to see both of them escape, and that is where we see Kaido actually asking for the first time was actually join his crew, and he's actually going to try to change the world. So we actually get a little bit of vision on what Kaido is about and what he wants to do. Is become the king of the pirates, and he wants to change the world, guys. We get to see even young King was actually real powerful at that point in time, and he was actually real young. His skin is actually unpenetratable by bullets, and normally the Marines actually use the sea stone bullets on them that's actually effective of fruit, but King actually naturally from a kind of warrior, so they are naturally real strong. After King and Kaido destroy the place, they see both of them actually leave and go on to create a new world and create a new future, guys. That is where we actually return to the battle after that flashback, because King was actually remembering why he's there, and Zoro was actually remembering why he's there, because Zoro wanted to make Luffy the king of the pirates, and King goal is the same as Zoro. And you got to remember, both of them are actually right hand men. So King was actually the first person, the first member that Kaido actually had gotten for his crew. Same as Luffy, Zoro is actually the first member for his crew. So basically, it was two right hand men was fighting the, and that made it even more spectacular. We also get the name of King as well. We cannot forget that his name is actually Alber, and Kaido was the one who actually gave him the name King. Then we get a spectacular attack from King, guys, where we see him attack Zoro with a kind of dragon attack, a flaming dragon attack. Even Zoro commented and said it was actually hot like magma. So that is just tell you the intense heat from his flame and even the thickness of his flame. Zoro actually had us a dodge that attack. Zoro did not take on the attack head on, right? And King actually went in heavy on Zoro, guys, with a powerful attack where two of them sword clashes and they actually touched the ground. Actually, see it made a massive crater. That just show you how heavy that attack is and actually how powerful that attack was. Even in the moment of that powerful clash, we actually see that Zoro's sword actually had magma melting on it, and he actually had a support for the full power of Elma to actually push King away, which actually looked pretty awesome as well, just to get away from his attack because he actually did not want his swords to actually be damaged at that point in time. Zoro then attacked back with Ultra Tiger Hunt, guys, which actually clash against King's sword. We actually see it made a massive crater again, which was more massive. We actually see mountains actually start floating, guys, which was actually show the intensity of his attack. And we see King was even blocking as well, and Zoro was like, before he said that he didn't have us to block, but now he's actually blocking his move. So that meaning he's actually acknowledging how powerful Zoro attack is at this point in time. Even though Zoro was actually talking all that smack, we actually see King power up and actually send Zoro flying, guys. After that, King just stripped off, and we actually see King use his ultimate move, guys. This was like planetary devastation level kind of attack, meaning that since he will do anything now to actually destroy Zoro, guys. So right now we actually see him use an attack called Imperial Flaming Wings, guys. My god, this attack was phenomenal. All we see that when he actually attacks Zoro, all we see is this big laser blast, which I for myself thought would have been a straightforward big flame blast, but we actually see it was turning into dragon heads, and we know that dragon heads are actually dragons on the whole, mythical beings that in the Japanese and Chinese culture they hold as gods and hold them as real strong beings or creatures, anyone you would like to call it, because they're actually supposed to be the strongest creatures around. So you actually see that it had multiple dragon heads coming towards Zoro. Even Zoro wasn't sure if he would have survived it, but himself said that he is going to try, guys. And Zoro was actually cutting those heads and cutting those dragon flames apart, guys. We actually see him powered up and King powered up as well, and we actually see more coming towards Zoro, and Zoro just keep cutting them down. Then we get to see King went for his final move. That is where we see Zoro use his hell flames, guys, and ooh wee, my boy went and clashed with King, and we actually see him destroy King, guys. That clash actually made a bright light like the sun, even though King move was already looking like the sun, guys. And that clash ended out all. So we actually get to see King falling from the sky, just like Queen from the last episode, straight down to the Flowers capital, which was a pretty awesome fight. In that whole battle, it was actually awesome to see that Zoro was actually using his King's haki as well, and infused with his own type of haki, and he was using the power of Emma, which for me is like a separate haki because it's a purple flame. So Zoro right now is actually fully OP, guys, and he's about doing anything to actually make Luffy becomes the king of the pirate, guys. So we just got to wait for the next episode to see what it is going to be about. We actually get the flashes of Luffy fighting Kaido in this fight as well, while King was talking about Kaido, and Luffy was fighting him, and Zoro was actually having a thinking about Luffy becoming the king of the pirates. So you're thinking about him. So we got but it was nothing to talk about. Right, guys? Hope you guys enjoy this reaction. Hope you guys comment below. Let me know what you guys think about this episode. For me, this episode was phenomenal. One of the best. Good fight scenes. When it actually come to the high part, the graphics was phenomenal, guys. It was your boy Juyuna Email. Check out these other videos on my channel, and I'm out. Peace.